What is going on?
Dude, I'm so tired. Oh my god. Holy shit.
This might be the least amount of energy I've seen you starting a pod.
Yeah.
We have no idea how it's gonna end, but this
No.
is probably like one of the lower.
One of the lower ones
Yeah.
for sure.
Because there's been days where we've come in and you're running on like low fumes because you've been doing like a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Probably the same this time too, but like it wasn't not as like it's
No,
probably
I'm
more.
fucking tired, dude.
Yeah.
What's fucking hilarious is that I was doing my what's it called, calculations for like the year for how much I'm gonna make,
Mm-hmm.
and then so apparently there's a big jump from 2023 to 2024.
You mean in your personal income?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sure, that makes sense.
And it's like 15K difference.
Mm-hmm.
So when I got my 2 paychecks, I was so choked. I was so choked. I was like, "Fuck this, man!
Yeah.
This is fucking bullshit."
Yeah.
But yeah, how's the new job? Still going good?
Yeah, still going good. I'm gonna start doing more like outside stuff pretty soon,
Yeah.
like visits and stuff. And the beginning is just introing me to like different places, like, going like, hey, it's literally like copying emails like, hey Brian, for example, right? Like, here's Hector, meet Hector, blah blah blah, copying you in. And so I've just been looped in a lot of stuff.
Mm.
But now I'm gonna start now that I have kind of like I don't have the full base of. I know who their biggest players are for sure, but their biggest players have like a ton of content. It's not just like a mom and pop. We're talking like a big company that has like hundreds of people working for them kind of thing. And it's like it's not just hey, this is who they are. It's like no, you got to be introduced to like the different departments to kind of get in. But now that I have like a rough idea of like some of the smaller guys in the Lower Mainland, then I'll be start just doing visits and we'll see how that goes. Try and drum up some business. But my main focus for the first few months here is to just get my face. Get my name in and get my face in the door kind of thing and just introduce myself physically to these people and be like, hey, like this, like I'm going to be that guy for now for you guys. They haven't had anybody really do that. They've been doing it themselves, but it's
You can't do that yourself.
no, it's more like they already have like the owner has a role as an owner and then the inside sales guy, he has a role as an inside sales manager. It's like he can't be going out to visit clients. Like that's not his job is to fucking manage his team, right? If he's going out doing calls and stuff, it's like, well, how much time is he going to be at the office, like leading and guiding the people under him, kind of thing.
Sounds like a bigger A&B tools.
Smaller MP tools, really. They're obviously I'm not going to name them, so we'll get to that, but they have a surprisingly high revenue for the size of the company. Like how many people, bro? It's like less than 10 people.
And is this because a lot of people wear different hats?
I think it's more the product base that they sell gives them access to a lot of products. So, for example, like Toyo didn't have this opportunity because they're just selling like the Toyo brand, right? They're manufacturers, but these guys have access to like a lot other manufacturers.
Right,
So
yeah.
now they can be like, okay, well if that's not an option, we'll sell you this or that and that.
Yeah.
So like all together, it's actually a pretty decent revenue for their like year on year. I was actually kind of surprised when I heard the numbers. I was like, wow, okay, you guys are actually doing pretty well. for the
Yeah,
size.
did you hear Bosa's trying to get a prefab shop for their material?
No, that's really cool.
Yeah, so the new company I'm with, they do all their own prefabs.
Do you still have I know you're like roofing. Do you still concrete at all or no? You kind of left that behind. Are you still in it?
Yeah, I'm still doing concrete.
Dude, how close was that to be on strike? Fucking Heidelberg? Fucking
yeah,
wild, dude.
it's again, these guys lose more money if their drivers are on strike.
Fucking hell,
Like
dude.
it's just
That was just this week. That was like
Yeah.
literally like yesterday, the day before
Yeah.
or whatever. They like avoided for like another month.
yeah. Dusty was telling me
Yeah.
his workload's backed up.
No,
Like a
absolutely,
motherfucker.
yeah, because everyone was like
And,
clamoring.
You know, but yeah, I mean these guys they need their employees. Like they can't.
Yeah, I mean, but they were
Purely
just
they
on
can't function.
strike like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Same guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
fuck, man.
You know what they do? They give you a little Band-Aid.
Yeah,
Sets
just
you on
enough,
your way.
enough to get you to shut the fuck up, and then
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like
And
a $3 raise
Yeah,
that
yeah,
turns
yeah.
into almost nothing.
fuck.
You know, it's $120 a week
Yeah,
times 52 weeks in a year. It's not much.
that's hilarious.
you
Are
know,
they are they second to Lafarge in the area or
Not even close to Lafarge though. That's the problem.
but are they number 2?
Yeah, you could say them and Coquitlam Concrete's
Yeah, right.
probably up there.
Yeah.
Oceanside's getting bigger, but they're not at Coquitlam size. Coquitlam's got like 40 trucks. Lafarge got like
Yeah, I know.
over
Yeah,
200 trucks,
massive.
right? So it's
if they go on strike, then it's like fuck.
well, if they go on strike, it's like
everything shuts down for a little bit.
Everything shuts down
Yeah.
for not even a little bit, for a long time, because every day that you're backed up, it's
Well, like it multiplies.
yeah, it's an exponent rule.
Yeah.
It's not like, okay, you're backed up today and then Thursday you come back
Yep.
and then you're back to normal. It's like, no, bitch, like it's gonna take you another
Yeah.
2-3 weeks to get
Fuck.
back on track.
That's crazy.
So that's it. For every day that you miss, it takes you almost 2 to 3 days to come back.
Well, I heard that was one of the main reasons why the Broadway project got delayed
Yeah.
so much, was because when that strike hit 2 years ago, they were pulling a lot from Heidelberg, and when they were on strike for like, I don't know, it was like 4 weeks or whatever, that just fucked them for months.
Yeah.
And they pushed their because I don't know when that's scheduled to be completed right now, that subway project, but it got pushed out like significantly.
Like the only thing I can tell you is look at these bold properties in the corner of Clark and St. John's and Barnett.
Okay.
Okay, right beside it, there's a Mark-On site.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, look how fast the Mark-On site has gone up
Yeah.
in comparison to that Bold project.
Yeah.
Because the Bold project, it's this guy named Tommy Lin,
Mm.
who's the owner, and
Where are they sourcing from?
he just reaches out through
Oh.
Indeed
What the fuck?
and like LinkedIn. He'll be like, "Hey, you want to be a super for me?"
What
And
the fuck?
You know, Thind
No.
Properties, they
No.
have the similar reputation. They
Okay.
both suck ass.
Yeah.
But
These sound like just almost AI names. Like someone just started up a company. They're like, construction name, Vancouver, kind of cool.
yeah,
Thimble Properties,
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Signal Properties, or some fucking.
Yeah, but again, there's so many things in the industry about some of these guys. Like people just don't touch them with a red flag. Like
Yeah.
PCL, nobody I know is going into PCL, even though they have one of the biggest companies
Yeah.
in Canada.
Yeah.
Nobody's actually actively going into PCL that has options elsewhere,
Interesting.
because you don't want to get underpaid, and that's what PCL is, right? PCL, the workload is less.
Yeah.
It's like Turner, but your pay is also less. So it just depends what you want to do. But there's a nice balance, I think, where I found the workload is enough where I'm always busy, but at the same time, you get paid really well.
Yeah.
So you're kind of like, okay, well, I'll figure it out,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's what everybody I think should feel, is like you feel appreciated as far as your pay. If you could do that, you can do so much. I have one super that I promoted to a general super, and he went up like $50K in salary.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, you should see his work ethic right now.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking unbelievable.
Mm.
Manages 6 other supers,
Yeah.
plus talks to me, because I'm not an envelope guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I know envelopes, but these guys, like, they know their
They live and breathe it. Yeah.
They live and breathe that shit. So
Yeah.
it's like they do envelopes, they do fucking concrete, they do rebar, and then everything else they sub out. So
Mhm.
they sub out electrical, plumbing, HVAC, fire emergency lines, you know, Cat 5, like data cables
Yeah,
and shit. They all sub everything out. But like glazing we do ourselves, roofing we do ourselves, envelope we do ourselves, concrete we do ourselves, rebar we do ourselves. So all of this, like, you should see our metal shop for rebar,
Really?
buddy. It's like 50 degrees in there.
Jeez.
You're just fucking cutting and doing fucking rebar shit.
Yeah. It's like a foundry in there.
Yeah, yeah. It is a boundary in there.
No, it's a foundry.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You mean foundry? You guys aren't pouring castings and stuff, but
No,
I get the idea. It's like a steel mill.
how do you make rebar? Do you know?
Yeah, you're not casting it. You guys are drawing it. You guys are drawing it out.
Yeah, no. Like
You guys aren't. You know, casting and pour. It's like a one pattern, and then you're done. You're not doing that with rebar. It'd be way too slow. You'd be fucking. You guys would be out to like fucking like next decade if you guys were casting your rebar.
no. So for column steel, we're casting.
Okay.
So like high-rise columns,
Mhm.
we cast.
Mhm.
We cast in place. That's the only ones, and then they get flown out with our flat deck.
Mm.
But that's the only ones. Everything else, like, it's just, okay, you need a bundle of 50 20M, you know, at 12 foot.
Mhm.
Okay, here you go.
Mm-hmm.
you know. But that was the most interesting thing. What about the Lakers, dude?
So let's talk about sports for a second.
Yeah.
Lakers? Fuck the Lakers, man. They're old news. What are you talking about, like LeBron?
Yeah, I think
Bronny and LeBron?
Bronny had a good draft.
No, he had a good what's it called when like all like the next picks they do like their testing or whatever the fuck it's called? Combine. He had a really good combine.
Really good combine.
Because and I've heard this before from analysts where they're like any prospect that's that age, that university age, college age, falls into 3 categories. You either have a great college year,
Yeah.
you have a great combine,
Yeah.
or you have both. And if you're both, you're gonna be like one of the top picks of the year. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're gonna be like tough. You're gonna be a lottery pick if you're both. But most guys are either one or the other. Like they're like a good role player, like they did decently, or they just fucking crazy combine. And Bronny's definitely like great combine because his fucking year was nothing special, bro. Posting like fucking 4, 3, and 3. To be fair, he almost died. When we came back, he was, you know, kind of coming off the bench and like not playing much, and then kind of in rotation. But Bronny was never like the guy at USC. So to see him kind of actually perform pretty decently at the combine, it's kind of cool to see, because now some teams are actually kind of like Phoenix and Lakers are the ones I saw that were probably the ones.
He's not a pass first point guard.
Well, he has to be, because he's not that good. Like he's not.
He has to be that. He has to be a pass first.
No, that's what I'm saying. He has to be, because he's not that good. He's not.
Yeah.
He's not
No,
bro,
no,
look at it. Guy posts up like 5 points a game. Like what?
Yeah.
What?
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
In college.
that's what I'm saying. I think he needs to be a pass first point guard for it to work out for him.
What do we think about playoffs in general right now? Is the finals now that it's done, or it's going to start? Did it line up how you thought it would?
I was surprised that not Tatum. Who's the other guy?
Brown?
Yeah, I was
Jaylen
surprised
Brown?
he got the MVP.
He actually played really well in that series.
Yeah,
He
but
did really well in that series.
the MVP was a little bit too much.
Well, you think Tatum should have gotten it?
Yeah.
Yeah. To be fair, I didn't watch as many. I watched more the Dallas and
He had better
Timbies.
stats.
I watched more Dallas and Timbies. I
He
didn't.
did get more time, but he's just better. Tatum and Brown are kind of similar, but Tatum's better.
Generally speaking, for me, I've always seen Tatum as like the number one option. Like he's been the guy. I didn't really see this series between them and the Pacers, because after the first and second game, I was like, "Fuck it, man! If you're blowing these guys out in Indiana, forget it. Like it's a fucking lock." So I just like stopped paying attention. I was looking more at the other one, but then the other one too was like fucking. You're watching these guys, and fucking Timberwolves are shitting the bed in the last 3 minutes of every single game, and they're losing by like single digits. And then you're down 3-0, and you get one back. Okay, great, 3-1. But like, what are you gonna come back from 3-0? No.
Not only that, but there's the funny side of all this is like, have you noticed every champion since 2020 has went out in the second round?
Oh, I mean like the previous champion from the year?
So like,
yeah. I mean the craziest one was last year. The Bucks
Yeah.
going out in the first round. That was wild. For the Heat to take them out like that was crazy.
No, they won the year before.
No, that's what I'm saying. They won the year before.
They went out in the second round.
No, they went out in the first round because they went out against Miami, 8th seed. It's 1 versus 8.
I don't.
Or was it
recall.
second? Oh no, but they beat Boston, because remember the Heat last year had the craziest run because they were 8th seed, and they went to they were beating out the Celtics and then the Bucks and then so on and so on and so on. Yeah, second round.
Yeah,
Second
round, and then you got the
Nuggets this year.
You got the Nuggets this
Yeah.
year, and then last year you had the Warriors.
The year before, I guess.
I'm not sure which one.
Yeah,
Bucks
but
or-
I know what you. Yeah,
Everybody goes on the second
Yeah,
round.
yeah, that's kind
That's
of wild.
fucking wild.
Yeah, that is actually wild.
Well, what are the chances 3 years back to back?
Well,
All the
once-
champions go out in the second round.
Last time we had repeat chance was the Warriors, actually. Back in, they had like two in a row. Before that, it was kind of, that's still fucked though. I think we got so used to, the Warriors had a mini dynasty there for a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Where they were making the finals like 5 years in a row almost.
Yeah.
And then after that, everyone's fucking talent's like spread out at this point, I think. Which is, I actually like that. I actually like where a league has spread out talent, where you don't know who's going to win every year. Because otherwise, it just kind of gets a little bit like.
But there is an excitement with super teams.
Do you think so?
I mean, did you not see LeBron, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade?
Bro, that was literally 10 years ago.
No, I know that, but I'm saying that.
Yeah, I know, it's cool.
That was cool.
Yeah, if you're a fan of them.
And they had probably the best chemistry.
Yeah, no, they definitely did.
You know, like Chris Bosh was a little bit gay, but
What?
he said some suspect shit. You never seen this?
No, the suspect one is Cat, bro. Have you seen Cat speak?
Cat who?
Cat, fucking Carl Anthony Towns.
Oh no.
Have you look literally like YouTube Cat Sus or like Cat Zesty or some shit, man, where it's like you're really like,
Jesus. I have a consultant that's fruity as fuck.
Does he talk fruity as hell?
Oh my
yeah.
God,
So if you look up the Cat Zesty or like whatever, same. Guys like he's like streaming with his friend or his friends like streaming or whatever, and he's like yes, and we're like, I'm like, bro, what?
Yeah.
The funniest was where he is in an interview and he did that by accident, and then he's like, yeah. So we were like, yeah, we hit those rebounds pretty well. We got the boards and what.
The funniest thing is like when you're speaking like basketball, sometimes you're like, we got to D up.
Oh yeah.
Like say shit like that, and you're getting interviewed, and you look back at it, and you're like, what the fuck?
Wait a second. Yeah.
This is the most sus shit ever.
I think there's a YouTube video a guy made where he's like making fun of that, or he's like, it's like a basketball skit.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, give him that D. Yo, you got to give him that hard D, bro. Fucked.
Trump gonna go to prison.
No, I don't think he will. We were following, I guess for anyone who's been sleeping under a rock, Trump's been facing 4 separate trials at the same time. One of them's been going on, finished, went to jury deliberation, a jury that he and his lawyer picked, by the way. This is not a jury that's like some random shit, because during jury selection, you're allowed to veto. Like, you're like, yes, this guy, no, because of biases, right? To be like, oh, this guy's black, so he's not going to like me, or whatever.
Yeah.
So this jury has been vetted by Trump and his team, and yet they still delivered a guilty verdict on all 34 counts of, it was mainly like money related. It was nothing.
No, it was,
this was a money one.
Business, the business expenses.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This was the money
cost,
one.
Yeah.
This was the money one.
Yeah.
And guilty, and now he's up for sentencing in July. The judge will have to decide what he sentences him to. Very unlikely goes to jail. Most likely community service, fucking fines or whatever. And then his team will appeal it, most likely. So I don't think anything really much of it is going to come. I think the only real big deal about this was that former president went to trial and actually got found guilty on something. Like, that in itself is like literally precedent setting. Like, that's never happened in the history of the United States.
Yeah, but it just shows you how young the United States is, because every other country that's happened before.
Has it?
Yeah.
Genuine?
Iran, they get killed and shot. And
Yeah, that's different. That's different.
And
That's
they
different.
get charged.
It's different. Oh, they get charged? Okay, fine.
Yeah.
If they just kill him, it's different. It's like, whatever. You know,
Is it though?
yeah, they
It's
do it.
worse.
They do that in Peru. They're like, oh, where is he?
But
We don't
it's
know.
worse. That's worse than this.
I know. I'm
At
kidding.
least he's got his fucking safety.
In Peru, it's almost a guarantee in the last 30 years that if you were elected president, when you leave, you'll get found guilty for something. The last 6 presidents have either been charged for embezzlement, fraud, murder, and like extortion. Like it's all like all of them. Like,
Just name them all. Fuck it.
no, seriously, like literally, like, I think I even saw like a graphic someone posted, and it's all the not all the headshots, but just like the presidential portraits of all like the last president, like 6 or 7 presidents.
Yeah.
And under it, you can see like the charge for embezzlement, charge for this, and you can see like it's fucking ridiculous, and it just goes back, but it never happens right away. It always happens like 2 or 3 years after, and then in an effort, I think, for their opponents, and this is what is happening in America right now, where people are like, oh, this is like political, like sabotage and whatever. Because in Peru, what these guys will do is, in a way for one party to make sure that this guy never runs for election again, that's how they do that. They come up with some charges or sometimes it's legit, and sometimes it's like some bullshit, and be like, you are now barred from ever running again. So that's what people in the States are now saying is what's happening to Trump, because like, oh, this has been pushed on by Biden and this and that, and this is a way for Biden to make sure that Trump can't run again, and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, I think that it's a good analogy or a good example of how they're trying to control it. But I think that liberal side and the Democrat side, or not the Democrat side, the Republican side, I don't think it really matters who you pick. I think they all work for the corporations, so as long as they get their funding, I mean, there's good corporations on the liberal side and good corporations on the conservative side.
I think you hit a really good point that people overlook all the time, and it's weird because there's legitimate reports about this kind of thing.
Yeah, they fund them.
There's fictional like movies that are trying to bring people's attention to it, and yet people look at it. Yeah, no, people are like, "Oh, damn, dude, that's so crazy." Anyways, you know what I mean? It's like, bro, what the fuck? Like, this is a clear example of a corporation lobbying to make sure that you get taxed more when you die, and it's like, oh yeah, but like, whatever, fuck Biden. And I'm like, what? What is this, man? Like, it's like people forget that it doesn't matter. Like, these guys, they're fucking octogenarians, man. Biden's 81, Trump is 77 right now. It doesn't matter who these guys get. Like who the fuck cares? Like, these guys aren't. You think these guys are like driving every small fucking issue that happens to you in your life, and like every small thing that happens to you is a direct result of whoever's in power trying to make sure that your life's harder? It's like, that's not how it works, man. Like, there's so much more happening that people are just overlooking. It's like, man, no, look where the money is flowing. Look and see who's most going to benefit from you not doing well, or you having a hard time doing this thing. So it's like, oh, I can't get access to healthcare. It's like, well, who actually benefits from that? Is it the fucking president? What's one guy? But like, who actually benefits from it? It's like, oh, well, if you follow the money, it makes sense that these pharma companies are lobbying to make sure that their prices stay at a certain rate, so that you have a harder time to access it. And it's like, well, how do they do that? Well, they send lobbyists and then you lose people in the details. As soon as you mention this, people are like,
yeah, it's enough.
Yeah, fuck it. Fuck Biden. Trump's going to save us. And it's like, man, fuck it then. Like, whatever. You're clearly, you just want to be mad.
Yeah.
Like, that's just, and fine. And so it's easy for these politicians to play on these emotions, because they're like, oh, well, fucking out of the 200 million people that are going to be voting, fucking 150 of them, no, like 50 million of them, they're not going to vote. So we just got to focus on the rest of these fucking idiots. And how many of them are actually going to pay attention? Like a fraction. So like, let's just fucking pander to like the idiots. Let's just make sure that we bring on this message. That's why when you go to the States and you go to these like lower income areas, the billboards and signage is very like dumbed down. It's very in your face. It's very colorful. It's whatever. And it's
need a house.
Yeah,
Call
seriously.
now.
Literally, that's what it looks like. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, but it works. It works every time.
Yeah, it's what's in your who's in your population, right?
Yeah,
has to affect that.
Yeah, 100%. So.
Last night I popped 3 mollies.
You what?
I popped 3 mollies.
Last night?
Yeah. That's
Were you a senor at least?
I was a senor part of the night.
Okay.
But afterwards, I went out, and holy fuck, I'm still feeling it.
Jesus Christ, dude.
I'm still feeling it.
Damn,
I'm like going in and out of fucking consciousness. Sometimes it's just like that for like a good 20 minutes.
Jesus.
It's fucking hilarious.
Is it even safe to get a cut from you right now?
Probably not, but we'll give it a shot.
No, let's not.
We'll give it a shot, dude.
Fuck, I need a cut too. I look like a hairy ape who's losing hair.
Hey, why don't we go 0 now? Hey, what do you think?
No, that's just because you're on Molly. You don't want to cut me.
No. I can cut your hair. I'll give you a fade. It's fine. But my point is like, what are you holding on to there?
It's not holding on to. It's just, if you're just gonna do 0, I might just do 0 at home. Like, why am I even coming here then?
Well, the occasional fade.
The occasional fade.
The occasional fade.
Yeah, you can do 0 at home all day. Fucking my girlfriend can just give me a 0 at home, like whatever.
Can she?
Yeah, dude, it's a fucking 0. He just like whatever. Let's just don't cut me. That's how easy is that. The fade, like that's why I come here. It's
hard. It's hard to
100%. No, a fade, I would trust that with my boy. But like a 0, I'm like fuck. I can do that in the shower if I want to. Like
yeah, but you'll miss spots. That's the problem with 0s.
Yeah, but like then she can like fucking fine tooth whatever the fuck it is. If
but
it's
dude,
just
I think you have a nice head. Like you should.
I do have a
go
nice
0.
head. There was a cut you gave me that was pretty. I was really short. It was like almost. It wasn't a 0, but when I posted a photo, because my girl, she posted a photo and I reposted. One of my friends was like, "Yo, did you buzz it?" And I was like, "Yeah, basically." He's like, "Yeah, it looks good." You got a nice head. I was like, okay.
Yeah,
Thanks.
you do have a good head shape, so you could definitely go full bald. The thing is like the hair transplant thing. I don't know if you're gonna be able to do that.
I never wanted it. It doesn't. It's not worth it for me, because A, the success rate, and B, like, what? So I'm gonna be in Propecia for the rest of my life. Like, what the fuck?
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, why? Like, fuck it.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not. It's not something that I want. There are other things that we've had this conversation fucking how many times, but there
Yeah.
are other things that I'll be doing instead of that.
Hmm.
So
What do you think? What do you think you're gonna start doing that shit?
no, but, this will be in the summer.
Okay.
Yeah, and because I'm leaning away from doing knee surgery right now. My rehab's looking really good. Me and my physio are doing a lot of work to make sure that we can get to a place where I can do like basic activities, and then we'll kind of just test it from there, slowly, and we'll see how we'll introduce different activities and see how the knee responds, and we'll just continue on from there. I don't want to be going for surgery right now.
I think you could just go on sauce right now and probably heal.
Sauce doesn't make you heal. That's not how it works.
It definitely does protein
doesn't.
synthesis, and any
No.
breakdown of ligament or
It does. That's not how it
tissue
works.
or anything has some protein synthesis in there.
Yeah, that's how it works, though, man. My fucking ACL ligaments aren't gonna like crawl like little ants to get towards each other and like form a bridge because I take sauce. That's not how it works.
No, I know, but it'll heal you much faster because it has more. You have more of the original chemical, which is testosterone, for you to be able to do these processes at an efficient rate. You need your testosterone to be maximized.
Okay.
And I said that whole thing with my eyes closed. I don't know if you noticed.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how fucked up I am still.
I love that.
Um,
Where'd you go last night?
went to a few places. Went to gallery. Went to mansion.
Gallery?
Yeah.
That's heaty, bro.
Yeah.
How was that?
I mean, same shit, different day.
Never been.
Went to 12 West. It's like a little bit of go-go girls.
Yeah, I know.
go-go
Yeah.
dancers,
That's
but,
why.
yeah.
That's the appeal
Little
that people mention it.
strippers,
Yep.
Yeah. But I guess someone was having a male stripper thing going on in like one of
Just
the
for you,
rooms.
buddy.
And I was walking by because it's like on the washroom
You
side
saw
of
a
things.
big cock hanging out.
Bro, those girls in there that were sucking this guy's dick, and he was like had a belly dancer thing on,
What?
outfit on with his dick out. You know what it looked like? Remember those bear commercials where it's like hundreds of girls sitting around and there's like these 4 stripper dudes, and they'll just
Bear
go,
commercial.
yeah, they're wearing like fuzzy bears or some bullshit,
Okay.
or they just wear these weird costumes.
It's a commercial.
It's just like find your woman now, and it's like chat.
It's on
here.
like Pornhub,
yeah,
not like some fucking TV commercial.
no, it's not TV.
Yeah, you said commercial. I'm like, bro, what?
Yeah, Pornhub.
What
is
kind of commercial is this? you're just
The best
you're
one.
just you're watching like fucking the news with your parents. All of a sudden, you just flip the channel. Some fucking bear getting fucked. No,
Yeah, I don't know.
that's
It just-
wild.
It feels like the things that made me excited in Vancouver
Mm,
no longer do because they've been so drained over time.
right.
You're kind of like you've done that same shit. It's like if you went hiking in the same place, like
Yeah,
50
sure,
times.
sure.
by the end of it, are you excited to go hiking in
Yeah.
that place?
Yeah.
Like I don't really feel. I don't know. You go out there and you kind of like you escape your reality,
Yeah.
but at the same time, the next morning you gotta come home and you gotta be like, "Fuck, man,
Mhm.
I gotta get my shit back together.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
gotta get my shit back together."